Sometimes progress isn't about reinventing your life. It's just about noticing what's already helping and leaning into it a little bit. Hello, and welcome to the Encourager Podcast, where we talk about real life and real systems so you can joyfully harmonize both home and work. I'm your host, Rebecca Scott. I'm a wife, mom, designer, coach, and lifelong systems thinker. And I help overwhelmed women build simple, sustainable rhythms that actually work for their real lives. Around here, we talk about priorities, pre-decisions, and practical tools that bring peace instead of pressure. Because you don't need more hustle, you need better systems and more grace. Today's episode is a good one. Hello, Encouragers. On this week's podcast, I'm going to talk about things that are working right now, because every once in a while, I like to pause and ask myself a simple question like, wait, what's actually working right now? Especially when I'm overwhelmed and I'm unsure of my next footing, like to kind of sort out the problem. I go, wait, what is working right now? And so because I run multiple brands and I'm raising a family of 6 and we farm and ranch and we do a lot of traveling for the shows, my life moves fast and furious. So when something is helping me stay grounded and it's working and it's effective and it's efficient, I pay attention to it. And so I thought it would be a good idea to tell you guys some of those things that are working for right now. And the danger in recording this is that it might not be working 6 months from now. It might not be working 6 years from now. But for right now, in this season, these are things that are really working. So I wrote this short episode to reveal these to you guys. Feel free to borrow one or all 9 of them, but I think they will be useful in your day-to-day. They've certainly been useful to me. So I want to share 9 things that are working right now. 3 concepts, 3 products, and 3 methods. Concept number 1. I don't know what to do, but my eyes are on you, Lord. Remember in the podcast a while back? I love this concept. I end up repeating this so often. I don't know what to do, but my eyes are on you. That's from 2 Chronicles 20:12 in the Bible. And it's the story of Jehoshaphat. And I'll sum it up quickly because this is an abbreviated episode for you guys. But he's in the Bible, he's up against it. There's 3 main armies coming against him, and they're apparently the best armies ever. And Jehoshaphat says to God, I don't know what to do, Lord, but my eyes are on you. He does not know what to do. And what God says is basically send your choir to the front lines, which there's so many funny stories I think that can come out of this is like, can you imagine approaching the choir and like, hey, guys, a little bit different positioning. You're going to go to the front line. Like, what? I'm sorry, what? And what ends up happening is the 3 armies get confused, probably because they were hitting some high A's and F's. That would be my guess. They're like, whoa, that's a high note. What the heck is going on? This has got to be like the eerie music that plays in a scary movie, right? Anyways, they get confused. They end up attacking each other. And none of Jehoshaphat's army is harmed in this battle. And so I think that when I'm up against it, it's like, okay, I don't know what to do, Lord, but my eyes are on you. And when I have prayed that, it just opens up your eyes and go, okay, it's a thing I can say instead of the constant worrying or going through the problem solving in my head. And one story that came to mind is I came up with this really cute little shopping bag for my business, Rebecca Scott Designs, and I could not figure out how I wanted the pattern to be because it was really cumbersome to sew. Now, I've been sewing bags for 20 years. You'd think I would have been able to solve this one. But no matter how many times I tried it in my head, I could not get the finish that I wanted on it. And so I said this prayer, and it involved my other seamstress who was helping me figure it out and cutting it out. And I thought, okay, God, I don't know what to do, but my eyes are on you. And let it go for that night. And the next morning, Brenda, who works with me, said, I've got an idea. And she solved it. I didn't know what to do, but my eyes were on the Lord. I let it go. I let it be. And Brenda found the solution. And so I think just remind yourself, I don't know what to do, Lord, but my eyes are on you. I love this concept. Concept number 2, praise instead of worry. Ooh, I'd like to say I'm not much of a worrier, but I can be. I can definitely be. And I can feel some anxiety creeping in. And so I've realized that if I continue to worry, it really is just praise in reverse. And it actually damages us. So this concept of praising instead of worry is when I find myself going down this rabbit hole of worry, I go, you know what? I'm going to play some praise music. And I do like to sing. And so I'm just going to sing and I'm going to lift my hands up. And it shifts everything. It doesn't mean that the problem is solved, doesn't mean that the anxiety might still be there when I'm done singing, but rather than going down that and giving worry 1 inch of a foothold, I'm going to praise. So when I praise, I remind myself who God is. I shift my whole nervous system because it's a different energy when you're worrying about something versus praising. And I move from fear to trust. And this is my favorite part. It's like a holy action that honors God instead of the worrying. Concept number 3, the 1% effort and the 80% rule. You guys have heard me say this in the podcast in lots of years before this podcast, but 1% prevents procrastination. If you're like, I can't do it, I got to wait until the kids go to bed, I got to wait until Monday, I got to wait until a new quarter, just 1%. Send one email, Google search one, make the one phone call. I want you to just 1%. It's going to prevent the procrastination. I love this rule. I coach on it all the time, especially if you're in a sludgy part of life or maybe your body just feels sludgy, just 1%. And then 80% effort, meaning you don't take it to 100%, which is perfection, and that's awesome, and it might even be completion. But the 80% allows you permission to get started and to finish without making it perfect. Because sometimes if we're aiming for the perfect, we don't actually publish it or complete it because we're too scared. But if we're aiming for 80, which is still excellent, we're more likely to then maybe progress to the 100%. Momentum begins with 1% and the excellent level ends at 80%. So let's aim for those. Those are my 2 top percentages. And I love that concept. Hey, encouragers, hope you're enjoying this episode. We'll be right back after this short break. This episode of The Encourager is brought to you by Rebecca Scott Designs, where we create thoughtfully designed purses and accessories that support your real life, not just your outfit. Every bag is designed with intention, handcrafted right here in South Dakota, and built around the belief that beauty and function should work together. From custom fabrics and linings to leathers, zippers, and really cool features, you get to design a piece that truly fits your life. Visit designyourownbag.com to create your own custom bag and use code ENCOURAGER for $10 off your purchase. Okay, now let's talk about 3 products. These are tools that are helping me. Product number 1 is the X39 patch. Now, this is literally a patch that I put on my back, and it gives me sustained energy. It gives me better hair and nails. It gives me clear brain. It makes me feel good that it's not a foreign object that I'm putting on. I'm just actually using the light within my body. That is probably the biggest health change I've made in the last 6 months. It is available if you go to lifewave.com/theencourager. So if you guys are interested, I could tell you a little bit more. But this patch on my back activates the dormant stem cells, which will help me recover. Like it sends messages to the organs to help recover wherever they are damaged. And I have found it very helpful in my own life. My husband is also using it, and my son in college football has enjoyed it because they have a performance patch as well. But I do love the X39 patches. Product number 2. You've heard me talk about this a little bit. This is the one-on-one coaching. I cannot express to you how much I have loved really narrowing for this brand in particular, the Encourager podcast, why the one-on-one coaching has made such a difference in my life, because I love making bigger impacts with you guys one-on-one to individually see your unique family setups. Now that I've really honed in the one-on-one coaching, I'm like, group coaching is still great, you guys, and I do encourage it. I'm, in fact, in a group, but there is something so impactful about the one-on-one coaching. And I myself also, I do group coaching that I'm a part of, and I'm also receiving coaching one-on-one as well, because that coach can make the biggest difference when we're one-on-one. So I highly recommend one-on-one coaching. I would love to coach alongside you, but think about the benefits of that versus the group scenario where it may be a less price, but you're not as held accountable to what you need to get done. And I promise you'll have scenarios outside of the group that sometimes you just don't want to explain. But when you're one-on-one, you can take a real deep dive into your own unique circumstances. Also, the reason I love this product is because of the testimonies coming out of it. You know, someone has tripled their sales. Someone has doubled their home time. I have someone who started and finished a website. I can go on, but I won't because this is a podcast that's supposed to be abbreviated. But I have loved the product on our website now, the one-on-one coaching. Product number 3, the Bible recap. You've heard me talk about this a little bit. If you're not familiar, It's Tara Lee Cobble. It's awesome. It's also a podcast and it's a book. And I have both. I listen to her podcast in the morning and then I read the book and then I read the good book, the Bible, next to it. It just really helps explain who is writing that book, maybe some of the context about what was going on during the time. But now I'm really like hungry for it and I want to read more and I want to understand more. The podcast is free, of course. You can buy the book. We have the Amazon affiliate link if you want to go that route. But this product makes me want to read the Bible every single day so that I can learn more and more and more. I love that it's short. I love that it's structured. I love that it works into my systems. You got to have the Bible recap book. It is fantastic. Okay, now let's talk about 3 methods that are working. Method number 1, the brain dump. One of my coaching clients just explained again, like, gosh, I forgot about how simple the concept of a brain dump is, but how powerful it is. So this is where you take everything that's in your brain and you dump it on a piece of paper, or maybe it's digital, maybe you just type it out quick, but you just get everything that's in your brain. And this is permission to just like, bleh, all of it. But when you do that, and then you circle only like the things that are related to one another, you can really narrow to the 3 things that you need to do for that day. So it stops that overwhelm and that spiral, and it stops all the mental bandwidth. Like, oh my gosh, I'm holding all this in my head. Now it's on a piece of paper. Pick 3 things that can be done today. The rest are just gravy if you get to it, but it helps you to like, get it out. And it's such a powerful method. Method number 2, reverse engineering. It's basically starting with the end in mind. So instead of asking, what should I do today? Ask, what needs to be true by Friday? See how simple that is? Like, okay, I'm really overwhelmed with today. I'm not even sure which one I want to touch first. I don't even know what the first step is, but I do know what the finish is, or I know what that looks like. So it's like, well, what's the step right before that? And what's the step right before that? And that is reverse engineering. It's awesome. Method number 3, my weekly agenda. Oh, I love this. Guys, I threw my planner away years ago. I love my weekly agenda. It's a free resource on our website, theencouragerpodcast.com, underneath the resources tab. This is a sheet of paper that tells me what's going on in the calendar that week, that tells me what my themed blocks are, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It also tells me what we're eating that week. But here's the beauty of the download. You can pick what you want to put on there, but it does have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday and Sunday. So you can write a few details. This way, I'm not carrying on a big fat planner. I also get to throw it away every week. And that for my brain is so good. Like, crumple it up. That week is done. Woohoo. Yes, there are still some things that I transfer from that week when I fill out the new one. But it's such a good method and system for me. I just love it so much. So, encouragers, you do not need to do all 9 of these. Some of these are just thought processes, but I would ask you to consider a few of them. For example, what concept do you need? Is it the prayer? Is it praising instead of worrying? Or is it my favorite percentages, the 1% or the 80%? What tool might best support you right now? Is it the Bible recap? Is it the X39 patches? Is it some one-on-one coaching? What tool would best support you in this season right now? And which method would reduce the overwhelm? Is it a weekly agenda? Is it throwing away your planner? Ooh, that sounds so provocative. Is it reverse engineering that project, that habit, that new dream of yours? Or is it simply just doing a brain dump? Pick one from the list and try it this week. Sometimes progress isn't about reinventing your life. It's just about noticing what's already helping and leaning into it a little bit. So pay attention also to what's working in your own life. Write it down. Thank God for those methods that He has given you that come naturally to you. And if some things aren't coming to the surface, and you're like, I don't even know if I have a system for that, I would love to stand beside you with some one-on-one coaching that's available on our website, theencouragerpodcast.com. I'd love to chit-chat with you to see if it's the right fit for your stage right now. Until next time, encouragers, we've got this because He's got us. If this podcast has encouraged you or helped you in any way, I'd be so grateful if you'd subscribe and leave a 5-star review. It truly helps more women find these conversations. And if you're listening thinking, I don't need more motivation, I need someone to help me figure out my actual life, that's exactly what I do. Through Encourager Academy and one-on-one coaching, I help women build personalized systems for their home, work, and life rhythms. No cookie-cutter routines, but structures that fit your unique personality, your season, and your capacity. You can explore the Academy or book a free discovery call at theencouragerpodcast.com. Let's take your next small step forward together.